Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We are today sat inside another one of the LMP1s. This is the oldest LMP1 of the modern era. This is the Peugeot FAP. It is in excess. It's an excessive car. It is predominantly fast. It's probably the fastest of the LMP cars because it's got the highest natural brake horsepower. And it's also fantastically shod in another Make-A-Wish livery by JB Designs. It is very, very fetching, even if it is a pastel colour. But it'll catch your eye as it goes down the straight, and it'll probably the last thing you see of it because this is so incredibly quick. However, there's a caveat. 700 pp. It's a bit of a challenge to get down to. We've had to reduce it severely. And just to let you know, there's 3 other cars that I haven't been able to get in this race because I can't get them down to the 700 pp. So let's take a look at those settings. Racing hard tyres. It's highly likely it's going to rain, so we had to keep those in reserve. Fully customizable suspension, nothing changed. Fully customizable rear diff, set to the magic 555. This is one of the unusual cars that is rear wheel drive. Downforce on the front, 2000. Sorry, downforce on the rear, 2000. That's everything. It gives the lowest PP. On the front, it's nothing. It's 1000. It gives the lowest PP. But that's pretty much as high as some of these cars go. 76 PP on the front, on the fully customizable ECU. That's 6 more than I anticipated. We could have taken weight off if we wanted to, but I thought we'd have the premium power because we've got low downforce on the front. So that weight of 200 is all the way to the front at -50. Power restrictor at 70. The gearbox transmission at 360. It's the full racing gearbox. Actually, we could drop that and get a little bit of PP back. So let's do that. I didn't spot that was racing. And now we can take off maybe... No, we need to take off just a little bit of weight, or we can add some front downforce that might help us along. Oh, not a massive amount, look. It goes up and down, doesn't it? Oh, 98. There we go. So 1053 on the front and 78 on the ECU. Happy days. We're going to leave that gearbox at the manual. Could we go to normal? What does it do? It puts it right up. We'll put it on the manual. And we're going to leave it at 350. The higher the rev range, potentially the more fuel we can save at the maximum speed we're going to get. We've only got 381 horsepower with those slight adjustments. There's no turbocharger. There's nothing else. We've got that brake balance all the way to the front. Let's see how it goes. Here we go then, folks. We're at the track. Let's look at the assists. Assists are traction control 1, weak ABS. We've got counter steer assistance on strong. The controller settings, controller steering sensitivity 5, whether that means anything because I'm on a Fanatec GT, no I'm not, I'm on a Fanatec DD Extreme, which is the PlayStation wheel, the brand new one. The force feedback max torque on 3, because I like a lighter wheel. Force feedback sensitivity 10. So, we're just going to dive straight into this and we're going to talk about Le Mans as we go round in the event that's coming up. So, let's get stuck in. So here we go then, folks. Lots to talk about today. Let's make the start and then we'll talk about what it is we want to talk about. Let's change up to where we're going to be. Fuel map, we need to see where we go on fuel, see what we're going to do. Let's probably give ourselves fuel map 3, see if we can just stretch this fuel a little bit. We genuinely want to try and do a no-stopper if we can. Feels like we're going to be quick enough to take these boys on and be somewhere near where we need to be. This feels good. I don't think the FAP is going to be a disappointment at all. I think the FAP is going to be able to handle this. The rain will be where the problem is. If it rains, when it rains, we're going to have to consider how we're going to approach this. I'm going to put the fuel map down to 1 so we can actually race these boys. We go fuel map 3, do you think we'll get the extra lap and then we just have to stop for tyres if we're stopping? Oh, didn't expect him to turn back in quite so sharply. We'll just make our way past and just forget that ever happened. Right, the race is on. Let's talk about what we're going to talk about. Le Mans. It's 5 weeks away, folks. 5 weekends. That is just over a month. That's one payday. That's a month. On the 25th of May, we are going to be hosting a 4 hours of Spa race to do as a solo, to see how people cope with a 4-hour stint. It might break people, it might make them think, oh my god, what the hell am I doing? But people don't have to finish the race. This is about understanding what the maximum stint you could manage as an individual, unless you're doing the solo, and then at that point you're going to be genuinely thinking, 4 hours, oh my god, I've got to do that 6 times. But that's what an endurance event is all about. That's like one of these ultra marathon runners going for it. They're going to run for 2 days at a time. You know, they're going to run 200 miles in 24 hours. That's the event. That's what we're taking on. As a team, you've got to think about whether you're going to be able to run a 4-hour stint if 2 people go and get their heads down and try and sleep. Because with 4-hour stints, people could go and get 8 hours sleep before they have to drive again. That's a decent kip. You'll be fully refreshed after your 4-hour stint. It all depends on what you want to do and how you want to play the game. But it's going to be a decent race. It's going to be all like the WEC conditions, the World Endurance Car conditions, but they have 3 drivers to take it on. We're going to try it solo. So there's a 16-slot server available for anybody that wants to be able to do that race. So if our Dutch team want to have 2 teams, if they can get people in the same room, they can join in and they can run that race if they want to, if they can make the time. I hope it's possible. We made our way through to 12th place without really thinking about it. I'm not really concentrating on what we're doing. And with that, I'm now going on to the second announcement. We have prizes, folks. We've had some amazing generous donations this week. So GT Amiga, as you know, I am an affiliate. I am a sponsored individual by them. I promote their goods, I purchase their goods, I own their goods, they give me goods, and they have also made a generous offering for the Make-A-Wish campaign. So, prizes. Currently we have in the bag a set of GT Amiga racing gloves, the same as I own. This pair here that I'm not wearing today because it's just too hot. It's the British summer and it's sweltering, and I've got fans on and everything, and I'm still too hot. So, gloves we need, but not today, Josephine. So, we also have, provided by GT Amiga, a Fanatec QR2 wheel holder. So, if you remove your wheel from the hub and you want to store it somewhere, it's a Fanatec QR2 aluminium cast wheel holder. It's attached to my rig currently because I'm testing it, but you'll find it's available and for use on your rig if that's the way. It will also work with QR1, I believe, but it definitely works on the Fanatec wheels. Unfortunately, it doesn't work on the GT Extreme, but there we go. They are looking into that, trying to sort out that issue. We also have 3 limited edition GT Amiga backpacks, no longer made. They will be very, very nice. I've seen them, they are very cool. We also have a Widdowmaker baseball cap, a one of a kind, donated by a very generous member. We also have 1 of 2 Widdowmaker mugs. These are the test mugs that we're having made to see if they will work as a merch item for Widdowmaker. We will also have a couple of Widdowmaker race team t-shirts, if I can get my finger out and get them sorted and ordered. Additionally, that idea was brought to us by our Danish team, and I will ask our Danish, sorry, did I say Danish? I meant Dutch team, if they would produce me one more t-shirt, and we will offer that as a giveaway prize, and that will help with the cause. We also have top prize of the day by GT Amiga, donated by them, your choice of either a Pro 2.0 desk chair, beautiful chairs, they're the one that I would like to own, or as a similar value, a race rig wheel stand. That's the front half of a rig. You're free to choose either of those two as the winner of that prize, which I think is a phenomenal gesture from GT Amiga. They support me, I support them, I do the bit for them. And don't forget, when you go to their website, you can use my code WIDDOW, WIDDOW. Every time you make a purchase, you will get a 5% discount. And by means, that can be quite some money. It's not to be sniffed at. So that's announcement number 2 kind of thing, and I'm really pleased with both of them. That getting that extra race, that 4-hour racing as a practice after the 2-hour we did is going to be quite an achievement, and I think people will enjoy that. The next announcement, of course, was the prizes, the start of the prizes. The third announcement is, how do you win those prizes? Well, there was a couple of options, but I've gone for this one. Every donation of $5 wins a raffle ticket into a raffle. Every hour we will make a raffle draw for one of those prizes. Who knows which prize is going to be in that hour? So if you get in early, you make your donations in the first hour, you could be in for that prize, and there'll be the least tickets in the bucket. You know, currently there are, I know of, at least 3 people who have made donations. You can see the figure up there. If you want to get into that first raffle draw, and it could be any of those prizes that comes out first, it could be any of those prizes. So what we'd like to do is, for every $5 donated, you will get a $5 entry into that raffle draw, and there will be 24 draws if we can get 24 prizes. So this is a further appeal for prizes. If you own a business, if you're a corporate team and you have t-shirts for your company, please do get in touch. We'll give you a spot, we'll give you a little bit of a position to get your company on the process, on the roll, and we'll have you as a supporter of the company. So if you can provide some gifts or prizes or whatever you want to call them through t-shirts, sweatshirts, monogram jackets, whatever it is that you want to provide, please do so, and we'll give you that little 5 minutes of fame for your business on our stream. If not, we'll find another way to do it. However, if you're a member of the channel, you will automatically receive for your membership in June one $5 entry ticket. So your membership doesn't just go into there, because I'm going to give all the membership money that comes to me every month goes into the prize pot. Sorry, it goes into the donation pot for Make-A-Wish. So if you're becoming a member, I'm not going to see a single cent of that. It's all going to go to the Make-A-Wish challenge. As you can see up there, there's already $138 in that pot. And for everybody that's donated already, for every $5 they've put in, they're going to get their ticket to win. Or a chance to win, a $5 chance. So as I said, I don't know which order the prizes are going to go. I would like to think there'll be ticket numbers 1 to 24. And I will select somebody out of the bucket. Their name will be written on the ticket stub on the back. And at the end of the 24 hours, I'll be posting a list of winners. And all you have to do is tell me your name, and I will match your name against the donation made on the Make-A-Wish forum. And if I can't do that, well, that's going to be a challenge. You won't know what ticket number you're going to receive, I'm afraid. So you will have to refer to the last. Well, I'll do a post on the Widdowmaker YouTube site listing all 24 winners. We just picked up a penalty there. We're going to get that next lap round. That's a shame. So we're just going to have enough fuel by the looks of it to make it a no-stopper. We're on. Oh, we're coming in. We're going to have to think about what we're going to do here. Do we know what the rain's going to do? We're on the hard tyres. We haven't really thought about it. We're just racing into it. I'm too busy chuntering on about what this race is going to be. However, yes, that was announcement number 3, prizes. We also did a request for prizes, which they don't have to be a lot, folks. They just have to be something that people would want. So they can't be rubbish, but I'm not going to say anything anybody gives us is rubbish, but there needs to be a little bit of appeal to them. A t-shirt, a sweatshirt, something of that nature would be absolutely fantastic. Get in touch. I'll give you an address. You can send them over to us, or I'll give you the names and addresses of people who get in touch and you can post them out. One of those two, or you can send them to me and I'll do all that admin work and the postage, and I'll do that very graciously for Make-A-Wish. I don't mind. So, do we have announcement number 4? Do we have something, or item number 4 we can talk about? Well, kind of. So, the Widdowmaker channel is bubbling along quite nicely. This whole race thing for the 24 hours is keeping me wholly engrossed and extremely busy, and I will have that driver's race pack out and available for the entrance. And with that, I just have to let you know we do have spaces available, folks. We do have team spaces available. We've got 7 teams at this moment in time. We can accept 8 more. I'll try and do that with 2 hands. We can accept 8 more teams. If you think you want to have a crack at this, genuinely, please get in touch. It does require you and your team members to be entirely in one place to do the race for 24 hours. And nobody doesn't believe it's not going to be hard. It is going to be tremendously hard. We've got 4 guys at this moment in time going to try and solo this. And by solo, I mean 24 hours of driving, non-stop. Truck drivers do it, don't they? Well, truck drivers illegally do it for 24 hours, but truck drivers race 12 hours a day sometimes. They can even extend their hours to 12 hours. You know, and they can do a 12-hour drive. Their normal driving day is roughly 10 hours. You know, and they get an enforced break after however many hours. These guys doing this won't get that, and it's a tremendous effort they're going to be put in. Their personal sacrifice to be able to play the game that they love and enjoy for 24 hours, it could put them off for life. But if you're someone that feels you want to do it, you want to be part of this program, you want to have a good crack at it, please do get in touch. There are numerous ways you can do it. Widdowmaker 10144 on PSN is the best and quickest way, and if you're a GT7 user, you'll know how to use PSN, or I hope you do. If you don't, just drop me a message. You'll find my contact details on my YouTube channel. Please do give me a shout. So we're through the rain, we're on racing hard tyres, we're on lap 4, we're in first place by 23 seconds. I've done all that chattering and not focused on the race at all. The rain is up to the first point where race tyres become useless and intermediates become the tyre of choice. We're actually not doing too bad. This car is actually flying along on its racing hard tyres. We've got to give up this penalty, and we've cleared the first bank of rain, which is tremendous. I think we've done points to talk about 5 now, haven't we? Anything else to talk about the race? Well, as I say, we've got a little bit of a give up penalty there, just a second. We've got 5 weeks till the race, and it's tremendously exciting. I know one of the team has got a countdown timer going, and he's so looking forward to it. So have we received a target yet? Have we decided what we want to do? Yes. Well, Big Popper, who's the main protagonist behind Make-A-Wish from our point of view, he's the guy that supports it, and this race is being done to support his fundraising efforts. He's the big man who gave me the idea. Well, his normal target is $5,700 because his race number's 57. I'm going to buy a 1,000 ticket raffle book, which will give us $5,000 in donations if we can sell all those $5 tickets. Can I sell 1,000 $5 tickets in the 24 hours of the race? I don't know. I've already sold in the region of, I've sold. There's already that many tickets going into the pot, $138 worth. Mr. Hayward goes to the pits. The sky is beautifully clear, the track is dry at this part of the track, and we're away again and we're racing. Well, if I can sell out that whole ticket book, which would be tremendous, I do invite every single one of you to come along and visit. And if you do, please just make a drop in. Just if you can find that $5, make that little bit of a gesture. It would be tremendously helpful. What do I get out of it? Nothing. Just the pleasure of the drive and a little bit of notoriety for my YouTube channel. That's all. But it was tremendous to be able to do it. And I'm looking forward to the event. There have been people suggesting that maybe I should just stick and commentate and do the whole 24 hours and let my team race. I want to race. I want to be part of that process, and to be able to do that process, I want to be behind the wheel and do the thing I love doing, which is talking to the camera and letting my mouth take over and my brain lag about 30 seconds behind. Well, hopefully we'll have all the additions to the race rig, which brings me along to the first sad thing we've got to talk about today, which is Fanatec. I've heard in the news that Fanatec are to be taken over, and the sad thing is that Fanatec couldn't do it on themselves, but there is a lifeline at the end, a company called Corsair. If you've ever heard of Corsair, I'm a big Corsair fan. I have a couple of £1,000 worth of their kit sat around me. They also own Elgato, who make the Stream Deck that I've got, the 4K capture card. I've got lighting rigs, I've got light bars, I've got memory, mouse, keyboard, headphones, these all by Corsair. And they're taking over Fanatec, and to be honest, I couldn't think of a better company to do it. Maybe Logitech would have been good, but Logitech already had their own platform, Corsair didn't, and Corsair are a really strong organisation. So if you haven't heard, they are getting taken over. Fanatec will be bought out at the end of this month by Corsair. But what does that mean for a Fanatec owner? Well, absolutely nothing. As far as I'm concerned, it's the best thing could happen. Fanatec don't go to the wall and there's no support. It will be continued. The people at Fanatec will continue their jobs. There will be some restructuring, that's inevitable. But you'd have thought the best of the best will keep their jobs, and the people who aren't pulling their weight will lose their jobs. You know, that would seem to be the process that happens. But then there's some question marks about Fanatec and where it's going. I've got orders in with Fanatec that I'm a little bit loathed to cancel. I was always under the impression that the best thing to do was to support the organisation. Once I found out there was a problem, I left my orders in on the premise that I would hope that I would get them delivered before anything went wrong, or if something went wrong, they'd be honoured and I'd get the parts. Now that's probably a bit naive, but I'm going to stick with it the same way. I paid on a credit card, and my credit card's insured, protected. So if I don't receive those goods, I will make a claim back through my credit card company, and I will ensure that I receive that money back. But I don't think there's any need to do that nowadays, because Fanatec are getting bought out. But does it mean that my order that's in with Fanatec is going to get honoured? Or if Fanatec have to declare bankruptcy, is that order lost and the money that goes with it lost as well? Well, again, I'd hope Fanatec, Corsair as Fanatec, would actually honour the customers that are on board and provide the goods. Fanatec are going to stump up in the region of $70 million, or euro, whichever the value is. They're pretty similar in price, to secure that business, to pay the debt, to secure the debt. And that would tell me that ultimately, and I'll use the phrase ultimately, it's another one of my phrases, that Fanatec are going to clear the debt, clear the board, and satisfy every ongoing customer. One would hope so. I don't know the ins and outs of the law. I'm not going to claim I know the ins and outs of the law, and I'm just going off the information I've seen both on the forum, where I haven't seen anything specific detailing how it's going to be managed, but I've seen that the forum is still buoyant. I'd like to think that the sales room is still buoyant at Fanatec, because they're going to be high-fiving that they've been saved, and they were initially thinking they were doomed and we're all going to be out of a job. But I'd also like to think that they all realise that they've got an ongoing future. Right, we are 37 seconds ahead. I believe there's possibly... Oh, there's no rain inbound. It looks like we're clear of any rain. We are on lap 6. There's 7 minutes left to go. I believe we're going to have to pit. We've got 1.3 laps of fuel. If I go to fuel mat 6 and try and save that fuel, I've got 37 seconds. Over the people behind me. I've got the fastest lap of 4:16. I believe that we have the opportunity, we have the ability to actually make it to the end of this race without needing to stop. A 7-lapper no stop would be tremendous. I believe the cars behind us have got to pit. And we would go from there. So, yeah, the Fanatec news, bought out by Corsair. Let's see where that goes. What does that mean for my wheel then? My wheel? I've had no response from Fanatec customer service. Do I expect one? Nah. The wheel has now worked flawlessly for maybe 4 or 5 hours since its last disconnect last Friday. It is extremely warm in here. I wondered if it was a temperature related thing. I've not made any major changes to the wheel. I've not installed the new driver that I think is there waiting for me to install. There's another wheel driver, I think. Once I've finished this race, I'll probably go and grab my laptop and see if there is an update for the wheel. I'll see, check it, and we'll see where we go. 1.1 laps of fuel remaining. I'm going to try this. I'm going to see. I've only lost 3 seconds. I'm going to see if I can bring this home and not have to stop for fuel. See if we can do it. This is the challenge. 7-lapper, no stop at all. See if we can roll this car through. Not forgetting, it doesn't run out until it goes to the end of 0.00. 15, there's the 1.0. If it hits 0.9 before the finish line, we could be in trouble. But once we get to here, we're charging for the line, we're good. We're good. One more lap. We only dropped 5 seconds. We're still 33 seconds ahead. We are good to go. the FAP, probably the fastest car for the GR1s of the modern era, is a tremendous car. It is extremely quick, even when it's got an arm and a leg tied behind its back, because the PP of 700 is just too low for these GLMPs. GR1 LMP1s, whatever you want to call them. The GR1s, the LMP Le Mans prototype, they are tremendously quick cars, but they're also high PP, starting in the 900 PP pluses. To get them down to 700 takes a tremendous amount, and 3 of them I've had to put on wet tyres, and it's just not rained every time I've tried them, so they're just not going to be capable. But in the real race, the FAP, in the hands of somebody that can drive, it's 3 to 5 seconds faster than I can actually manipulate it around the circuit. Oh my lord, I was just trying to carry speed there, that didn't work. We'll just slide this car through, up the rev range, get the gears going up. We've got a minute ahead of the rest of the crew, so we don't have to blast it. We're just going to try and roll in 7 laps inside the 30 minutes. That'd be tremendous. What we've never done in this race is a 6-lap win. We've never won in 6 laps. It's something I'd like to try and find a car that's capable of doing that, winning in 6. Oh, there it is. So is there anything else to talk about for the Le Mans race? I'm thinking openly, brains ticking through. Can't think of anything. We've covered the Fanatec issue. I'd like to do a wheel update video to follow up the video that I did about whether it's any good or whatever it is. I don't want to do a clickbait video. I don't want to title it the Fanatec answer has arrived or anything like that. I genuinely want it to be about me, my review, my experience, but it's so difficult not to be tempted to do that. The feedback, etc. on the last video was tremendous. So many more people watched it than I anticipated. Some of the comments were really good, the odd negative one, but I expect them, we can deal with that. You know, I'm not here to be beaten up, you know, but at the end of the day, it's a bit of a freedom space, isn't it? People will just speak their mind, and well, that's the way it is, you know. But at the end of the day, Fanatec wheel, I didn't want to be in buyer regret. I have been in buyer regret for probably the last 2 months, but saying that, it is what it is. We are where we are. I made my choice to lie in my bed. Minute 4 seconds in the lead. Got the last half of the lap, 42 seconds. Don't want to do an extra lap. I don't want to do an 8th lap. We've got half a lap of fuel left. The tyres don't even look like they've started the race, you know, but there we have it. And then the last little subject, Widdowmaker League Racing. We are moving on. We're on round 2. We're just about to go to the LMP race at Atlanta. We've had a few new racers joined. Last Tuesday, our first full server, which is tremendous. Many thanks for people who turned up. We did have a couple of people that couldn't get in, and unfortunately, we're probably going to have a couple of people that can't get in again this week. But if you want to race, get there early. I'll open the doors. I don't want to have to provide passwords, but it looks like we're going to have to. We're getting quite a following. So here we go then, through the line. The Peugeot FAP. Not the fastest lap of the race, but it certainly did a classy little win. Made its way all the way from back with both hands tied behind its back and a leg. What a tremendous car. And that livery is just something else. Thank you, JB. Those little bird footprints and the flowers just blowing in the wind. They're absolutely tremendous. The Make-A-Wish dandelion is brilliant. Love that, JB. Thank you. I didn't review the times. We won 825,000 credits. What a tremendous little bonus. And we are racing towards 20 million. How long ago was it? Didn't feel like long that we had 0 credits. This grinding stuff is working. We're not grinding very fast, but there you have it. And there she is, going over the start line with the jets flying over the top, furling out the trickler of smoke. Absolutely brilliant little race. Love that race. Love that car. It's great. There you have it. Let's just have a quick review of the times because we didn't do it. So we complete the race in 30 minutes 19 seconds for 7 laps. That's quite quick, you know, for a toned down car. We finished 1 minute 4 seconds ahead of Mr. Portilla. The last car through, 2 minutes 42. Mr. Bishop, Mr. Solis, we had a bit of a row with halfway through, I think, didn't we? Mr. Cato, Mr. Lopez, we're all having a bit of race with. But there we have it. What a tremendous car. What a great victory. And thank you very much, folks. Look forward to seeing your support in the future. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you on the next one. All the best. Take care. Take care. Bye.